delegate of Australia to cast the first vote. Thank you, Australia. Next, I invite the delegate of Japan to come forward and vote. Thank you, the delegate of Japan. Now, may I request the delegate of China to cast their vote. Thank you, the delegate of China. Now, may I request the delegate of UK to cast their vote. Thank you, the delegate of UK. We now invite the Honorable Delegate of India to state their position. Thank you, the delegate of India. The floor goes to the representative of France. Thank you, the delegate of France. Now may I request the delegate of Russia to cast their vote. Thank you, the delegate of Russia. Now may I request the delegate of USA to cast their vote. Thank you, the delegate of USA. Calling upon the delegate of Brazil, please declare your vote. Thank you, the delegate of Brazil. We would now like to hear from the distinguished delegate of South Africa. Thank you, the delegate of South Africa. Now I invite the delegate of Germany to cast their vote. Thank you, the delegate of Germany. Finally, we acknowledge the presence of the delegation of Saudi Arabia. Thank you, the delegate of Saudi Arabia. Announcement, the result. With 4 votes in favor, 5 votes against, the draft resolution has passed. Thank you, delegates. Voting procedure is now complete. We will move to the next item on the agenda. Every vote is a symbol of responsibility and participation. This moment reminds us that democracy and dialogue are the true strength of the global community. Through this voting, we learn that every voice, big or small, shapes the future. Thank you, delegates, for casting your vote with sincerity and discipline. With this, we conclude the voting session. The votes will now be counted and the results will be announced shortly. Until then, let us continue to celebrate the spirit of cooperation and unity that this conference stands for. Now we move on to the most crucial segment of our conference, the draft resolution preparation. This is the stage where our delegates transform their ideas and debates into concrete proposals for action. With teamwork, diplomacy, and mutual respect, they will draft resolutions that reflect both the challenges and the possible solutions to the global issue discussed. Delegates are requested to collaborate, negotiate, and frame their resolutions with clarity and vision. Let us all encourage them as they take this important step towards shaping collective decisions.
After fruitful discussions, it is time for each country to present their draft resolutions. Delegates, kindly prepare to propose your solution to the issue at hand.
And the delegate of Australia proposes a resolution to take urgent global action to combat climate change, support renewable energy research and environmental conservation, encourage education and equal opportunities for youth worldwide. Thank you.
I, the delegate of USA, proposes a resolution to strengthen the international collaboration against terrorism and cyber threats, promote fair trade policies and economic partnership among nations, support global climate initiatives with investments in renewable energy, support enhanced global preparedness by vaccine research and distribution. Thank you.
On behalf of Saudi Arabia, I propose a resolution to maintain stability, of global energy supply while investing in clean energy. Support peace initiatives in the Middle East through dialogue. Expand international cooperation and counter extremism. Provide humanitarian aid in conflict-affected regions. Thank you.
I, the delegate of UK, proposes a resolution to encourage peaceful dialogue to resolve international conflicts, expand global access to healthcare through medical cooperation, support international climate agreements and carbon reduction measures, provide aid for disaster relief. Thank you.
I, the delegate of South Africa, proposes a resolution to strengthening the equality and human dignity in the international relations, promote peace and stability in Africa through the various measures, ensure the fair representation of developing nations, increasing the aid for poverty alleviation and community development. Thank you.
I, the delegate of France, propose a resolution to increase UN peacekeeping mission in conflict-affected regions, strengthen protection of human welfare, especially for vulnerable groups, support international climate action under the Paris Agreement, promote cultural exchange as a tool for understanding and peace. Thank you.
I, the delegate of Brazil, propose a resolution to protect rainforest and biodiversity through international funding, protect sustainable agriculture and renewable energy, support investment in education and poverty reduction program.
I, the delegate of Russia, proposes a resolution to uphold sovereignty and prevent interference in internal affairs of nations, enhance cooperation in the fight against international terrorism, support fair access to global energy resources, encourage balanced negotiations for conflict resolution.
I, the delegate of Germany, proposes a resolution to strengthen economic cooperation with social responsibility, take collaborative action against climate change, support refugees and displaced persons with international assistance, encourage scientific and technological collaboration for sustainable growth. Danke.
I, the delegate of China, proposes a resolution to promote fair global trade and development partnership, expand infrastructure projects and to connect nations and boost cooperation, support graceful relational dialogue and non-interference in sovereignty, invest in renewable energy alongside sustainable development programs. Thanks.
Honorable Chair, I, the delegate of Japan, proposes a resolution to advance nuclear disarmament and reduce weapon stockpiles, strengthen global healthcare systems with technology and research support, promote clean energy innovations for environmental protection, encourage international students and cultural exchanges. Thank you. I, the delegate of India, proposes a resolution to promote sustainable development with focus on education, health and equality, ensure climate justice by calling on developed nations and to support vulnerable countries, strengthen peace through dialogue and international cooperation, share technology and knowledge for agriculture and rural development. Dhanyawad. Esteemed delegates, we now arrive at the highlight of our proceedings, the presentation of resolutions. After hours of discussions, debates and collaborations, it is time to witness the final outcome of your efforts. Each committee will now present its resolution showcasing the collective ideas, solutions and commitments framed for global programs. Let us listen attentively as the voices of young diplomats echo with purpose and vision. We will now hear the presentation of resolutions by our delegates. Each country will present its final stance and propose the solutions, followed by voting and adoption.
Representing the United States in the Model UN gives me the opportunity to express strong views in security, economy and diplomacy. It was not just about speaking, but also about listening to others and finding a common ground. I realized that even superheroes cannot build alone. They want a team, and courage is that one. And I'm grateful for this experience, which has improved my confidence and understanding of world once again. Thank you.
As the delegate of Brazil, I felt proud to voice and concerns of developing nations, speaking on environmental and sustainability growth. I thank organizers to giving us this wonderful platform.
Honorable Chair, respected teachers and fellow delegates, as a representative of India, this model UN has been an eye-opening experience. Learned how important it is to be balanced nation interests with global cooperation. Discussing sustainable development and climate justice reminded me that every country, big or small, has a responsibility to protect our planet. This conference has taught me teamwork, leadership, and power of their dialogue. Dhanyawad.
This resolution reflects the shared vision of the Global Minds Conference, delegates from 12 countries committed to peace, cooperation and sustainability. We, the young leaders of tomorrow, pledge to carry forward the spirit of the United Nations in building a just, inclusive and harmonious world.
Presentation of resolution adopted at the Global Minds Conference, Model United Nations. Foundational clauses. The General Assembly. Recalling the principles of the United Nations Charter to maintain international peace and security, recognizing the urgent need for global cooperation to address threats such as climate change, terrorism, poverty, and pandemics. Acknowledging the valuable contributions of all nations, both developed and developing, in promoting sustainable development and equality, emphasizing the importance of human rights, dignity and justice as universal values, noting with concern the challenges of environmental degradation, economic inequality and conflicts affecting millions worldwide, reaffirming the commitment of the international community to the multilateralism and global solidarity. The Global Minds Conference resolves to promote peace and security, resolve conflicts through diplomacy and dialogue, act collectively against terrorism and global threats, strengthen UN peacekeeping missions, advance human rights and equality, protect fundamental freedoms and dignity, ensure equality regardless of gender, race or background, provide humanitarian aid to refugees, strengthen global health, cooperate on pandemic preparedness, ensure fair access to vaccines and resources, promote joint medical research, support sustainable development and economy, balance growth with social justice, encourage fair trade and opportunities for all nations, share technologies and expertise in key sectors, take urgent climate action, commit to carbon reduction and Paris goals, protect biodiversity and rainforests, invest in renewable energy, enhance global cooperation, foster cultural and educational exchanges, build regional partnerships for stability, ensure inclusive decision making for all nations. Every great institution stands tall because of its visionaries, those who guide with wisdom, inspire with values, and lead with determination. We are truly privileged to have with us our beloved correspondent ma'am, whose constant support and encouragement have been the driving force behind every milestone of our school. Our beloved correspondent is not only an all-rounder admired across the world, but also a person of great compassion with a passion for extending helping hands for those who in need. Honored twice with the Tamil Nadu government's Best Administrator Award, our correspondent has been a constant source of inspiration and motivation. Under this remarkable leadership, our AGS has flourished into a vibrant community of over 5,000 students and 250 dedicated staff members nurtured in an environment of greenery, safety and security.